¿Qué pasó, familia? Welcome back to Northside LDN. And today, Arsenal needed the 3 points. Man City went up against Brentford and they lost. And I was so happy to see that. Literally, estaba feliz, estaba contento that my guy, Ivan Toney, I've been saying about this guy, went out there and did what needed to be done, caramba. What needed to be done. Today, I've just got back. My cousin's daughter just turned 2 today. I come back to do this match reaction. And listen, I couldn't be any happier. I literally couldn't be any happier. Man City drop points. Brentford do the job against Man City. You know what I mean? Ivan Toney sourcing. We need to go get that brother in January. And it was up to Arsenal to capitalize on Man City dropping points once again. And Arsenal win once again. Caramba, tô contento, tô feliz. I got the Ciroc out. I got Ciroc and Coke. You already know what the vibe is. Puta que pariu. Make sure you smash the likes. Arsenal 2, Wolves 0. I predicted a 3-0, but I didn't give a crap how it came. We needed the 3 points, and this is what I'm talking about. Today, I'll be sincere. I was there, was singing happy birthday. Man was there on my phone watching the game, because I couldn't really miss out my cousin's girl turning 2, so I had to be there, but I was still watching the game on my phone, singing Parabéns a você nesta data querida, muita felicidade. Man, I was singing a happy birthday and watching Arsenal win. Listen, 2-1. You know what I'm saying? 2-1. You get me? Like this is a deal in flipping Sainsbury's. This is what I want to see. At the end of the day, the game today, the performance wasn't amazing. Arsenal made hard work of it in the first half, and we're going to get straight into it. But ultimately, what we need is to get the 3 points, especially going in with the break. Arsenal got no matches for the next couple of weeks, and we needed to leave on a high, leave on top of first in the Premier League. And that's what we did. Listen, it wasn't the easiest. It wasn't the best showing from Arsenal, if I'm going to be completely honest. But we got the job done, and that's what we needed to do. Signs of a team that can truly be able to challenge the league leaders in past years, like Man City, is sometimes we need to get the win, even if we're not playing at 100%. And today, listen, Gabriel Jesus had a lot of chances, didn't finish his dinner. Let's be real. Let's keep it real. The first half, let me just get into the first half first. Jesus hitting the crossbar and failing to score. And how many opportunities, Gadaba, how many opportunities? And when we got this guy, listen, I love Jesus and I'm not trying to grill him. When we got him, I said, this guy is not a clinical finisher. He's a technically very gifted footballer, but he's not a gunman. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they went and got Haaland, because for everything that Jesus brings, and he brings a lot to this team, he brings a lot. He's very good at link-up play, bringing people in, assisting others, but he's not a killer. And today we saw that once again in front of goal. Jesus, we needed you to put the ball in the back of the net in the first half, and he didn't do that. And it was frustrating, hitting the crossbar, hitting it wide. There was a chance where he just skies it, out of the stadium, and it's like, come on, Jesus, man, you're supposed to be a star striker. We need you to at least, caramba, get it on target. We need a little bit more from Jesus, and this is why going into January we need another striker, because ultimately you need a killer in your team. It's great having all the attributes that he has, and he has many attributes. Very technically gifted, he's close control, bringing people into the game, and he did get an assist again. But this is going on how many games now? Almost hitting 10 games now that this guy has not scored, and we need better. He was very, 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 very frustrating in the first half and in the second half from Gabriel Jesus. Ultimately, he didn't have a crap game, but ultimately, strikers are rated on their goals, and he just doesn't have that confidence, doesn't have that clear instinct in front of goal. Saliba passing the ball back to Guedes. What kind of pucaria was that? You're getting pressed, you turn around, you can see Guedes is there trying to press you. You've got 2 Wolves players, kick it out. There's no point trying to pass it back to the goal. And this is one thing that frustrates me sometimes with passing it out from the goalkeeper and playing it around our box, is sometimes these players, they get this brain fart. I don't know what's going on, because Saliba's been immense for us. Let's be real, it's been immense. And I'm not expecting perfection from Saliba, but that you can't be passing it straight to Saliba. We got the other game. I can't remember the game it was. And we had Gabriel passing it straight to a player as well. I can't remember the game right now. I don't know why right now my brain, I don't know what's going on, Caramba. I had too many flipping Baileys on the Baileys, Caramba. You know what I'm saying? You already know what time it is. But listen, we've got Gabriel. We had Gabriel, the centre back, passing it to a opposition player in our box. Today we've got Saliba passing it straight back to Guedes. Thank God Guedes cannot finish nothing, bro. This guy cannot even finish a wank. How can you get an opportunity like that and sky it like that? Like, it just went wide. It wasn't even on target. Didn't make the keeper work for it. Thank God. But those kind of mistakes, sometimes just keep it basic and boot it out. If you're getting pressured back in your box, if you're getting pressured very close to the goalkeeper, just hoof it out. Sometimes just do the simple thing and just relieve pressure, because hoofing it up just relieves pressure, allows everyone to get back into position. It gives you some time to work out who's around you, who needs to be marked, if there's anyone trying to run off your shoulder. It just allows you a lot more time to get into back into position and back into control of nullifying their counter-attack. But he plays it straight to Guedes. And today, let's be real, this first half, Guedes should have had a hat-trick. Let's keep it 100. I'm very, very happy today that Arsenal got the win, because we needed it by hook or by crook. Yeah? But porra, how many chances are we going to give to Wolves today? Like, it was ridiculous, the amount of chances. They should be looking at themselves. Wolves right now, their fans should be looking at themselves and say, we should have won that game in the first half, because they had the opportunity and the chances to kill this game off in the first half. And no one's going to tell me that they didn't. They did. Guedes misses that chance. On the left-hand side, Zinchenko, how many times have we seen him out of position? They kept attacking through Zinchenko's side and getting opportunities in on goal through Zinchenko's side. The guy's bombing up way too high up the pitch. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, at the end of the day, yes, I know that you're trying to affect the game in the final third, and you know, you're trying to make those runs forward, but you can't be naive defensively. And they were getting in on his side, and I kept seeing them having luck and having space and getting in on our left-hand side where Zinchenko is supposed to be. I think Gabriel and Zinchenko today were not great. They really, really weren't great. You know, even Ben White got caught at certain points as well, getting, you know, overtaken and they were getting in behind Ben White once or twice as well. So it wasn't amazing defensively. It wasn't an amazing display defensively. I have to be real from what I saw. In the first half, we was lucky to be going in at 0-0. Let me be 100%. We were lucky to go in 0-0. You know, the amount of chances that they were getting in the first half, Wolves should be kicking themselves that they didn't score. Traore running through our midfield and no one goes and puts a foot in. I mean, how can he be running in on goal after just running through the whole midfield? That's like someone clamp him down, caramba. Clamp this fielder puta down. How is Traore? Bro, this guy, yeah, luckily, thank you, Jesus, that this guy, yeah, does not know how to slap the ball top bins, yeah, because otherwise another striker, another winger, yeah, that actually has the ability to score, he would have scored from that. Everybody just allowing him to run through. I mean, come on, that's poor. Let's keep it real. That's poor. You cannot allow a winger to just run through your midfield, run through your defense, you know what I mean, and then waiting on the fact that he's got all the muscles, he's got the speed, but he has no finishing ability. That is poor. That was something for me that was poor. But you know, Jesus creates a lovely chance to play Vieira through and gives it on the plate to Odegaard. And I think Jesus, this is what's so great about Jesus, that even when he doesn't score, he creates chances. You know, bringing the ball in for Vieira crossing it, and Odegaard's there. So was Saka, but Odegaard gets to it first. And this is the thing. Like, I love Jesus, but at the same time, this is why we need another striker, because we need more. We need someone to be more clinical. I think today, Odegaard, yes, he took his chances well. He scored 2 goals, but ultimately, the creativity from the midfield is not good enough. I'm going to be completely honest. Fabio Vieira, what does he do? Odegaard, what does he really do? Because he doesn't bring enough. Yes, you scored the goals, and I understand that, but ultimately, you guys don't create enough for Jesus. Jesus is now turning into, you know, Jesus had to create a lot of the goals. Well, he created both. He was involved in both of the goals. You know, he should be the final. We should be giving the final pass to Jesus, not Jesus creating chances for Odegaard and Fabio Vieira. Of course, he can contribute, and I get it. He's bringing them into the game, but when are they giving it to Jesus on the plate as well? I think that is something that we need to look at as well, because this midfield for me ain't good enough. Fabio Vieira, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Yes, he got the little assist to Odegaard. That was a simple pass. Anyone could have made that pass. Jesus is the one that's bringing him through, you know, and then Vieira's just putting it across. It was simple, you know. Okay, he did okay, but ultimately from Fabio Vieira, I'm not that impressed. Odegaard, I expect him to score against the smaller teams, but ultimately, as a number 10, I do not see him creating enough chances for Jesus. Jesus did get some chances, and with the chances he got, he just wasn't clinical enough. But we need to go in January and strengthen this midfield. I don't think this midfield is still good enough, if I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think Jesus, I just don't see them creating those chances. Fabio Vieira, for me, I'm still not convinced on Fabio Vieira, if I'm being completely honest. Odegaard, he turns up and then he's up and down with it, in my opinion. I think Odegaard's up and down. I don't know how you lot feel about Odegaard. I think he took his chances very well, but I still think he's up and down, if I'm being completely honest. And a long ball over the top, and Jesus, instead of trying to shoot, he passes it, but the Wolves player gets to it. And I'm thinking, Jesus, bro, sometimes just go for it, bro. You need to be more clinical, and you need to, take your chances. There was a chance where he had the ball, a long ball over the top to Jesus. He's there. There's only 2 Wolves defenders. Just slap it top bins. But no, he tries to go for the pass, and the Wolves players there intercepts it, and then they can start their counter-attack. And I'm just thinking, this is what's frustrating sometimes with Jesus. It's like, bro, just put it to bed, bro. You're passing it to Odegaard, bro. This guy, just put it to bed yourself. You're the one that needs goals. You ain't scored in how long, And look, at the end of the day, I'm happy. I'm here sipping on my Ciroc and Coke. It's happy days. But ultimately, I just expected and wanted more from Jesus in that sense. And I just think, once again, he's just not clinical enough. And I get that, we're getting goals from all over. We got goals, this season from Saka, Xhaka, Martinelli, Thomas Partey, Odegaard. And I get that. But ultimately, there will be a game where none of these are able to find the back of the net. And we need our striker to turn up and put the team to the sword. Listen, and hopefully we can address that in January. Hopefully we can. But it is what it is. The second goal, Martinelli, the back pass is Zinchenko. Odegaard then scores off the rebound. And Odegaard today in the box, I'll have to give it to him in the opposition's box. He was in the right place at the right time. I'll give that to him, and he put the ball in the back of the net. But I need to see more from Odegaard. I really do. He was so frustrated. Him and Fabio Vieira created absolutely nada, nepia in the first half. I didn't see these guys doing anything. And in the second half, yeah, he scored, but ultimately, I want to see more from this guy, like Odegaard, and especially Vieira, because I don't know what this guy was bringing to the table today, if I'm being completely honest. But you lot let me know. Let me know what you lot feel. Guedes makes a run past Partey and shoots and hits the side netting. And I'm just thinking, come on, bro. Honestly, today, I just feel like, it was poor. It was poor from Saliba at times. I feel like this is probably one of his worst defensive display in an Arsenal shirt. How are you allowing Guedes to run past you? He's been running past you all game, and even in the second half, he's still running past you and smacking it past the side net. Out of the 2 centre-backs, I do actually think Gabriel was the better centre-back out of the 2. But Saliba today, honestly, bro, you can't allow them to keep running at you like that. Torre and what's his name? Traore and Guedes today. If they were better finishers, Wolves would have won this game in the first half. Let's keep it 100. And I'm here to say it as it is, caramba. And as it is the defending today at times was shocking. And what saved us was the lack of finishing and lack of quality that they got going forward, really and truly, because we should not be opened up like that, in my opinion, by a Wolves team that's there for the taking, in my opinion. But that's just how I see it. I don't know how you guys see it. That's how I see it. Guedes should have had a hat-trick today. Traore should have had a brace today with the chances that they had today. Ultimately, we did what we needed to do, and it's all good. But this game just goes to show that we need to get reinforcements in January. It's not good enough. Probably one of the worst performances we had in the league so far this season. Let's keep it real. It wasn't a great performance today. It wasn't. At times, Saka and Martinelli were, for me, a little bit frustrating. I don't think they were always as direct. Listen, the whole first half for me was poor from Arsenal. Yes, we got better in the second half, but the first half for me, uma porcaria in the first half. I don't know what was going on there. You know, Thomas Partey couldn't get hold of the midfield in times. We only started turning up and applying pressure in the second half when it was what? I'd say 30 minutes into the game. It wasn't good enough for me. Honestly, today I thought it was poor. And yes, I was multitasking. I was obviously there. I was at my cousin's girl's birthday party. I can't tap at a bench. But at the end of the day, man, like we need better. We need to go in January. We need to go out there. We need to get another number 10. We need to get another deep line playmaker. We need some wingers, and we definitely need a striker. We 100% need a striker, and we need a CDM. At the end of the day, I don't want to hear no pucaria. This club has promised us a lot, and it's up to us, the fans, to raise our voice and say that we are not happy until these guys give us what they promised us. They said the summer would be a big summer, yeah, that it would be that we're going to go there with a war chest, that there's a clear plan. You didn't do it in the summer, so now go and do it in January. I don't want to hear it. And at the end of the day, the more we get done each transfer window, the next transfer window, you've got less to do because you've addressed certain areas. No one's going to tell me that we can't go out there and find a midfielder. No one's going to tell me that. No one says we can't find a striker. Yes, you might have to pay a little bit more, but at the end of the day, we need to go for the title. Now that we're in the title race, I want to go for the title. Yeah. Now that we're in this position, at the end of the day, no, did I think that we'd be in this position? No, I wouldn't. No, I didn't. Mikel Arteta, with the squad that he has, is doing excellent, overachieving by what everyone expected of him this year. At the end of the day, there's no excuse. I don't want to see the Conques backing this guy when he finished 8th 2 seasons, finished 5th. And now that he's in first position going into January transfer window, yeah, I don't want to see these guys saying there's no quality in the market. That we don't want to panic buy. No. Edu at the start of the season said that we scout players months before the transfer window opens. It's been months since the transfer window has been open. Go out there with everyone that you scouted, go, and we need reinforcements. We need reinforcements in this midfield. This midfield has not been addressed. Yeah, we need reinforcements. We need another striker, at least, at the bare minimum. And at the end of the day, from what Arteta said in the press conference the other day, it looked like Marquinhos was actually supposed to go out on loan. Yeah, and then Pepe is out on loan at the moment. So we've got ESR that's constantly injured. We have Marquinhos, and those are the only two rotation for our wingers. Go out there and get us the players that's needed. Go get a Pedro Neto. I don't care. Go out there and get a Zaha. Go and get what's needed. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to be complaining if we go in January and get the players that we need and we win the league. Happy days. Happy days. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't care. I don't want to end the season, another season like last season, thinking, oh, what if we strengthened in January? How would the season have turned out? You know, what ifs? I haven't seen in the last 18, 19 years this club actually go out in the transfer window and do what's needed to be done. And if they don't do it now that we're in first position, top of the league, 5 points clear of Man City, then that shows me that this club, once again, like under the latter years of Arsene Wenger, only want to get Champions League money and don't want to compete. They don't want to be number one. It's all about what does the bank balance look like, and that's enough. We don't need to invest anymore. It's going to show us in January, because today, I'm telling you now, today wasn't good enough. Today is a game where you need to bring on some experience. Yes, we won the game. I get it. We won the game and it's happy days. But at the end of the day, there's going to be matches like this where Arsenal not playing great up against better opposition. Wolves were for the taking. Let's be real. Wolves are for the taking. They're not a great side. They're looking like they're going to get relegated this season. No one's rating Wolves this season. When you're looking at their squad, it's not that great. It really isn't. They got a Jean Moutinho that is past it. Neves, every transfer window looks like he's off. Traore in the midfield actually is decent. Traore, the winger, ain't good enough. This guy just looks like a bodybuilder with baby lotion rubbed all over him. Do you know what I'm saying? He looks like Terry Crews off of White Chicks. You know what I'm saying? That's what he looks like, bro. Like all action, but he ain't scoring nothing. And Guedes, I mean, come on, man. Like he ain't that great. You know what I mean? Right now for Portugal, Rafael Leao, the striker for AC Milan, is ahead of this guy. This guy ain't all that. You know what I mean? And now we're seeing why Valencia got rid of him, because he can't finish. How many chances do you need in front of goal and he can't finish? So at the end of the day, this ain't an amazing Wolves side. You know what I mean? It really isn't. They got Semedo as a right back. That guy's another bum. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm happy today, and it's happy days. And this is the way you want to go into an international break, an international tournament with a win. The team is, full of confidence. That is what you want. You don't want to lose today. And this is the sign of a team that could be ready to compete. We need to add to the squad. The fact that we reacted. Arsenal in previous years, the team, one of our rivals or somebody that's in first position, or is up there fighting for top 4, they drop points. Arsenal drop points as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, Man City drop points and we're actually gaining points. That's a sign of the mentality changing. And now we need to help Arteta. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of this manager. I don't think this manager's all that. I don't think this manager's amazing. But he has done some good stuff. And this club has backed this man so much. Now is the time to really back him. They've backed him when other top 4 clubs would have sacked him. They've backed him. So now that you've backed him and rammed down us this youth project and everything else, go out there in January and get some Premier League proven players that are ready to come in and straight away go into fixtures and give us 9 and 10 out of 10 performances from the get-go. Because in January, for me, we don't need to be adding players like Davaj, players like Fabi Vieira. We don't need to add those players from foreign leagues. They need time to adjust to this league. And we see it with Davaj. We've seen it with Lokonga. We've seen it with Fabi Vieira. They need time to adapt to this league. January, go out there and buy players that are already doing it in the Premier League. Go get a Tielemans. Go get a Maddison. Go get a Ivan Toney. Go get a Pedro Neto. Go get a Zaha. You know what I mean? Fuck it, go get a Mitrovic if you need to. I wouldn't even be mad at Mitrovic as another option coming off the bench. He offers something different. And this year he's in very good form. You know what I mean? But go out there and do what is necessary. I don't want to hear no bukkari about we can't find the players and the this and the that. I don't want to hear it. We already know that Tielemans wants to come. Maddison will be more than happy to come. Ivan Toney, yeah, he will come. Do you know what I'm saying? These are all from teams that they would sell. Yeah, I need Arsenal to do everything that they need. Listen, if Arsenal go out in January, go get me 4 or 5 players and get me some proper players in the Premier League and go for it this season and finish second, I'm not going to complain. Of course I want to win the league, but I will not complain because I say, you know what? These men are showing me that they're serious about competing. All I want is to see Arsenal competing and Arsenal taking it serious about winning trophies and actually going for it. But at the end of the day, Mikel Arteta, this squad right now, you cannot be expecting this squad to, one, stay fit, stay injury-free, be on form every game, and not have a dip in form when this is one of the youngest teams in the league. We can't. Arteta is doing very well, even today when we're not playing scintillating football, because we didn't play scintillating football. We didn't. But he needs some reinforcements. We need some reinforcements. We need a striker. We need a midfielder. We need some wingers. That is what we need. And if we don't do it, then yeah, we're gonna see. Because I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I don't want to hear it's too expensive to buy. I don't want to hear no pukaria. I've seen Newcastle, yeah, in relegation position, go out there in January and do what they need to do and do the business. I'm not taking no excuses. I want Arsenal to go out there and do what we need to do. What's this? Yo, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying? Let me have a sip of the Ciroc, caramba. Puta. Big up to everyone, man. Big up to everyone. Listen, big up to everyone that's locked in right now. Cause I know it's a Saturday night. It's 11:30 here in London, and we're still on the live. So listen, big up to everyone else that's tuned in. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Hi, Northside. Fabio deserves an apology, bro. Fabio Vieira, bro, I don't think he's all that, bro. I really don't think he's all that. I don't think he played all that today. If I'm gonna be honest with you, like I don't think he's all that. But that's just my opinion. Like in the first half, what did he do? Because I don't remember him doing anything. In the second half, it was a little bit better, but I don't think he was all that. That's my opinion, bro. I don't know how you lot are feeling, but that's how I feel. Odegaard creatively did nothing. He took his goals well, but I don't think creatively he did much. Frustrating for me. Northside, big up. I've done my backing celebrating Ivan Toney winning goal. I've either pulled a muscle or tapped the nerve. Listen, go rest up, bro. Go rest up. Put some, get a hot water bottle and put it on your back. Get a hot water bottle, put it in your back, bro. You know what I'm saying? But big up to everyone that's tuned in, caramba. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal's won, bro. We stay top of the league, caramba. Hold that. You know what I mean? Hold that, Man City. Finish that puta. You mad? We're still here. We're still here. Ivan Tony's the bee's knees. Bro, I've been saying we need to go get him, bro. And I know a lot of you lot have said the same thing as well. Very good performance all round. Arsenal 5 points clear. A word on Martinelli. What a talent. He plays around the opposition as if he's playing against kids sometimes. Listen, the way he doesn't stop is amazing. You know what I'm saying? The way he doesn't stop. But overall today, I don't think it was an amazing performance, bro. I'll be real to you. I think it was a good performance, but I don't think it was a complete performance today. I really don't, especially defensively. And, you know, I don't think so. But listen, we got the 3 points. At the end of the day, I don't care, innit? I know that not every game we're going to be smashing the team and everything else like that. Sometimes, yeah, you do have to win a bit ugly. You know what I mean? And I get that. I get that. It can't always be 5-6-0 and stuff like that. But I'm not expecting us to be that naive. Zinchenko being out of position, Gabriel sliding all over the place and getting overrun, you know, runners going past him. You know what I mean? At times it happened to Ben White as well. That's a bit poor. And against better opposition, we would have been put to the sword. That's all I'm saying about it. We don't need wholesale buys, just 2 or max 3 players to ensure we maintain our position at the top. I would say top-notch cover for Partey and a prolific striker are 2 priorities. I'll say 3 or 4 players. I'm not going to lie. I think we need a striker. I think we need 2 midfielders. Actually, arguably, I would say 3 midfielders, but let's just say 2 and possibly a right back, because as well as Ben White's done, he's not a right back. You know what I mean? And I do think there will be a game where he's going to get caught out, in my opinion. But he's done well so far. But I would go and get another right back, because if Ben White is injured, then you're back to Cedric. You're back to right backs that nobody really rates. No one thinks is all that. So I'd get another right back, in my opinion. Northside, for Arsenal to win a title depends on what we do in January transfer window, surely. 100%, bro. 100%. 100%. It's a chance for the club to show fans like me and you that nós estamos sério. We want to win. Yeah? Queremos ganhar o campeonato. You know what I mean? Queremos ser campeão. If you want to be campeão, go out there and do what needs to be done in January, and it will shut me up. Because even if we're in a title race up until May and we finished second and we did what we need to do in January, I can say, you know what? Big up to the board, big up to Arteta, big up to everyone. These lot are actually going for it, and these lot are actually putting football ahead of trying to make money. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. So let's just see. Let's just see what they do. Let's just see, bro. Let's just see if it's going to be the same old Arsenal or this club's actually trying to be ambitious. Big up your damn self, Northside, in the chat. Hope you're good. Come on, caramba. We're here, man. We're on the Ciroc. You know what I mean? Shawty got potential. I could be a sponsor. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You know what I mean? We on that Ciroc. We're out here, man. I'm happy, man. I got 5 on it. Yo, big up True Gunners TV, man. Que paso, que paso. Big up Northside, big up to you, man. A very Merry Christmas to Arsenal and the fans. Big up to you, man. You know what I mean? I can't believe Christmas is around the corner, man. It's that close. It's crazy. Jesus, fantastic player. But where's all the goals gone? And this is what I'm saying. Like, you can praise what he does well, but at the end of the day, you are a striker, bro. Like, and this is probably why I feel like Jesus would be probably better as a number 10. You know, most of his strongest attributes suit being a number 10, in my opinion, more than a main striker. But it is what it is, man. I don't mind having Jesus as long as we got another clinical striker, and that's what we need. And I'm sure now people can see what I've been saying, what a lot of Arsenal fans have been saying about Jesus, that great player, but ultimately we need you scoring goals, especially if we're trying to keep pace with Man City, you know? But it is what it is, man. Great player, just needs to be a lot more clinical in front of goal. What's this? This is why we need a prolific striker in January. Then Jesus could be number 2. I agree, man. I agree. Ivan Tony, yeah, I agree, man. He's excellent, but strikers' first priority is to score goals. Hence, teams pay big money for strikers. I can't listen. I can't deny that, bro. I can't deny that. I can't deny that. And hence why we got rid of Lacazette, because Lacazette, I know he wasn't Jesus level, but Lacazette was very good at dropping in deep, bringing in midfielders and wingers into the game, assisting, creating chances for players around him. But ultimately, we moved him on because he doesn't score enough goals. You know, and I'm not gonna have one standard of what I want for the striker when it comes to Lacazette and a different one to Jesus. Ultimately, he needs to score goals. You know, and once that starts becoming an issue, I'm gonna get onto him even more. Luckily, you know, Odegaard scored 2 goals today, 2 decent goals. To be fair, a lot of them, you know, handed to him on a plate, but he still took his chances. Give him props, so props is due. But we need Jesus to step up. If we're gonna keep pace with Man City, we need you to step up, bro. We need you to step up. We need to get Tony. That guy's a gunman. Defenders sometimes lose their bearings, bro. Come on, man. Zinchenko, bro. Come on, bro. Even Saliba at times, like, come on, man. Like, you lose your bearings. If you lost your bearings, you don't know what's going on, kick it out. The easiest thing they tell you to just boot it out. Boot it out. It buys you time to get in position or check what's around you. It gives your teammates to check what's around them. It gives you time to get back into position and defending properly and defending as a team. But when you're getting pressed and you pass back, you don't know who's pressing you. You're all over the place. Just boot it out. Either boot it out for a throw-in or boot it back up the other way. Do you know what I'm saying? But either way, you relieve pressure. All of this playing out from the back, sometimes it's problematic. It gives you more problems than solutions sometimes. And the players, it's not always for the manager to tell you. Players also need to read the game and read when they're getting pressured and read when to do certain things. You know? It is what it is. I mean, you know, players need to make those decisions on their own. Martinelli is so good, isn't he? The way he twists up players for fun. Martinelli's sick, bro. Martinelli's sick. You know what I mean? And listen, this kid has got the potential to be world class. He really does. You know, I really do rate him. Jesus not scoring in 11 games is a concern. Sign Ivan Toney in January. Bro, I can't agree anymore. Arsenal Manic, I agree. Martinelli twists up players so much that your eyeballs switch places. What's this? What's this going on? Now, Northside, you crossed the line, mate. You still haven't a go at Fabio. Come on, man. He was technically sound and very smart plays, bro. This guy don't offer enough, bro. This guy don't offer enough. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm saying little normal passes, bro. At times he was mispassing the ball and stuff. I'm not seeing it, bro. But listen, I'm not even going to get onto him too much today because you know what? I don't care. We got the win. We needed to get the win today, and that was the cosa mais importante, caramba. And Man City, yeah? Man City, toma lá seus porcos, so filhos da puta. We got the 3 points, and that's the most important thing. I want to win the league. At the end of the day, yeah, certain times I can brush things off, yeah? If it means we got the 3 points, we got the 3 points. Tô contente, tô feliz, caramba, puta que pariu, vamos celebrar! You mad? We are celebrating today. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the kind of attitude. This is all I wanted. All I wanted, yeah. All this time I've been moaning and whinging. I've been whinging because I want my club to win. I want my club to be the best. I want my club to actually go to try and win the league title. Show some heart, desire, consistency. This is what I wanted to see. And now, the content. You know what I mean? I'm happy. Yes, there's things that need to improve. Every team can improve. Man City won the league, went and got Haaland. You know what I mean? Liverpool were chasing, still went and got Darwin Núñez and other players. You know what I mean? They've strengthened with getting Jota and players like that. Do you know what I'm saying? There's always room for improvement. Yeah? It's not that I'm just always trying to get onto Arsenal. There's always room for improvement. Well, Arsenal, our rotation, the bench, when you're looking at the bench, ain't good enough. When you're looking at the bench and you're thinking who's going to come on and affect the game, it ain't good enough, it ain't strong enough. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. So there's room for improvement, but I'm happy with the result. Now it's down to the Cronkies. What are you guys about? Are you about winning the league, or are you once again, like Arsene Wenger, like in the Arsene Wenger days, just about getting top 4 and that's it? Yeah, and if that is it, then I need these Phillies to get out of the club, because that's not the mentality that we need. And I don't want to heat. I keep seeing fans as well going on, oh, we're ahead of schedule. Oh, no one's expecting us to get to this point. So if you just get top 4, no. When you're in position, you throw everything at it. to try and go for it. Because if you're not going to do it then when aren't you going to do it? Yeah, I don't want to hear none of this. We're ahead of time and no one expected us to be here. No quero saber numa porcaria. Go out there and do what we need to do. Bring in 3 or 4 players, yeah, that's going to bring real quality. I'm not talking about Marquinhos. I'm not talking about Tavares. I'm not talking about none of these Cedrics and all that. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people that are going to display starters. Get me somebody that's better than Xhaka. Get me somebody that's better than Odegaard. Get me somebody that's better than Jesus. And then we've got real rotation and we can actually try and go for this league and consistently play to this level. I'm sorry, Arsenal Manic. I'm still not seeing about Fabio Vieira. I'm not. And even with Odegaard, he leaves a lot to be desired at times. He really does. Very good in the fight in the box. Very good at taking his shot, but not creating enough for me. Really not creating enough. Not getting a hold of that midfield enough for me, in my opinion. That's what I saw. But listen, football's about opinions. You man, tell me how you feel. That's how I feel. Today wasn't an incredible performance. It was a 3 points that was needed. You know what I mean? It was 3 points that was definitely needed, and we did what we needed to do. But when you're looking at the bench and you got Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Matt Turner, Fabio Vieira, Cedric, El Nene, Marquinhos, Holding Tierney, it's not a good enough bench. It's not. Let's just be real. It's not. Gabriel didn't make the World Cup squad. Question mark. The other 2 Gabbies made it. Bro, let's be real. This season, he's made a lot of mistakes, Gabby. And I still think there's a defender in there. I feel like out of the 2 centre-backs today, he was the better one. But he had a long run at Arsenal this season where every game he was making a blender. He was making a howler. Every game he was making a mistake. And maybe the Brazilian coach just thought, you know what, I can't risk it with this guy. This guy's going to cost me. Maybe. And whether you think rightly or wrongly, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, I don't think they've got loads of quality centre-backs outside of Marquinhos and Thiago Silva. But it is what it is. That's what they wanted to do. That's on them. I missed the first half, got in time for the second, and I saw dominating from the sound of it. We were crap in the first half. We were terrible in the first half. Terrible. Lucky. Absolutely lucky to be going in at 0-0 in the first half. Absolutely disgraceful in the first, if I'm being fully honest. The first half, it was a shocking performance from Arsenal. But listen, it is what it is, man. They didn't take their chances. Second half, we took our chances. It is what it is. The first half felt like a Europa League game again. Yeah, bro, it really did. It really did. Like and subscribe. Get out the slipper, man. Because I swear down, these men ain't appreciating, yeah. Right now, que hora que são? 11:14. No, 11:40. And you man ain't putting up the likes. No. Hold on. We need some Angolan discipline in here, yeah? Hit the likes up, caramba. Hit the like button or dislike button. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Que puta que tá funcionando aqui. Hit the like button. Tô filho da merda. You know what I mean? Don't brincar comigo. Right now, I could be chilling right now, finishing off my Ciroc. You man, hit the like button, man. Que passou aqui? For this, my Saturday, you know. Look, man's come back and come for the party, bro. You know what I mean? You like this, yeah? Kenzo thing, you know what I'm saying? My thing straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. This is a nice t-shirt as well. You know what I mean? My girl fix me up. You know what I'm saying? Man, looking fresh. Man's coming up from my cousin's girl's birthday. Man's coming in early to do this, and you man ain't hitting the like button. Come on, man. Oh, Nicks, hit the like button, caramba. Don't be stingy. I'm not begging for a super chat. Odegaard, top scorer for you guys. You need a more deadly striker since Jesus ain't efficient enough. Ivan Toney is the answer. Listen, we all know that. Hopefully, Edu and the scouting team are listening to us and they go out and do what's needed. The most stupid thing would be to sit back and do nothing in Jan, thinking the squad is enough because we're top. You'd have to be a total moron to do that. Listen, we've seen Arsenal do this before. We've seen them do this before. This is not the first time we're top in January. This is not the first time that Arsenal's been in this kind of position, trust me. So if you've been supporting Arsenal long enough, you know what I mean? You know that. And they took that kind of approach of, now we've done enough. We don't need to go out there and do it and do what needs to be done. admit we're in a title race. I've been saying that. I said that 2 streams ago. You know what I'm saying? We are in a title race. But ultimately, who cares if how you start a title race? It's how you end it. So if we're not still in a title race come May, does it really matter that we're in a title race now? If we go into January and we don't do what's needed to do, then who really cares? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to have high ambitions and go out there and do what needs to be done, because I'm not looking for no excuses. If the club don't do what they need to do in January, I don't want to hear no excuses from no one. You know what I'm saying? My point is made that the club don't really care about competing. It's all about just getting Champions League. That's it. You know what I mean? 4 or 5 players in Jan. You're drinking some strong stuff this evening. I'd be surprised if we get more than 2. Listen, I'm saying what's needed to be done. If they don't do it, then you already know I'm going to be in the club's neck, because I'm not having it. That is what's needed to be done. Do I believe they'll do it? When I'm looking back in all the transfer windows since 06, no, because this club's not shown me that they're going to actually go out there and do what needs to be done in the transfer windows. We always leave ourselves short. But I'm always open to be proven wrong. You know, this season, I didn't expect Arsenal to be in a league title. I didn't expect it from this manager and from the squad, because I don't think the squad building's been that great. But so far, I've been proven wrong. So I would like to continuously be proven wrong, and for this club to go into January and do what they needed to do in the summer. So I'm more than happy to be proven. I don't care about being right and wrong. I don't care about all of that. I care about my club competing. I care about my club going out there and actually trying to lift major honours, because that's what football's about, winning major honours. That's what I care about. But if they don't do it, then I'll be back on their necks. No quer saber. Eu tô cansado. 18, 19 years of seeing failure. I wanna lift trophies now. You know what I mean? The banter era has been long enough. I want to lift trophies. According to Deji, we've been shit all season, and we were where we are because of referees. Let him say what he wants to say, man. And the last Rivals show, my man went running. So I said to him, listen, on the next Rivals show next week, you can get double cooking. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? My guy's been running, bruv. Yo, bro, been off socials for a few months because I got married, but fucking hell, what's happened to Arsenal? We was both negative about Arteta, but what are your thoughts now? Can't lie, he's cooking right now. Listen, at the end of the day, I wasn't really wrong about him, because he was doing things that weren't good enough. When he finished 8th, I was right. When he finished 8th, I was right. When he finished 5th, I was right about him. Do you know what I'm saying? So everything still stands. This season, he's doing very well, but the season ain't over. So the only way I'm wrong is if we don't finish second or win the league this season. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this season, yeah, he's doing very well, but Chelsea are in a rebuild, Man United in a rebuild, Tottenham are Tottenham playing terrible football, and it's not going to last, yeah? So all our rivals, Liverpool, have fallen off a cliff. So, you know what I'm saying? We had the easiest start to the season. Listen, he's done very well. I'm not taking it away from Arteta, but ultimately, if we do all of this, January, we don't strengthen, and then we finish outside the top 4, we finish 4th. For me, that's a failure. It's a failure, because we're first going into January. We can strengthen, and if we don't, with everyone else falling off and not being as consistent as they were in previous years, then to me, it's a failure. Listen, Arteta's doing well, but to prove me wrong, you got to keep this up to the end of the season, because the season ain't over yet. Yeah, Arsenal don't win the league in January. So at the end of the day, I'm glad that he's doing well, but ultimately it was a negative, because I'm going to say this, yeah? I'm going to say this. Everyone is now happy that Arsenal are doing what I wanted Arsenal to do. Compete, be serious, take games seriously, play properly, and actually go for the win and capitalize and show consistency, yeah? So we're not really wrong. What we wanted has now made the whole fan base happy, because ultimately that's what we want. We want Arsenal to be the best. But when we're seeing that, when we were moaning and complaining, we wasn't seeing that from Arsenal. Now that we are, I've got nothing to complain about. Really, I ain't got nothing to complain about, because they're doing what I want them to do. And this is what should have been done. At the end of the day, Arteta's come to one of the biggest clubs in the country. Yeah, he's only doing what he's getting paid to do. This is the club that he's at. This is why he gets paid the big money. So I can give him praise, but ultimately, you're at a big club. You're not at flipping done. You know what I mean? You're not at flipping, I don't know, Sunderland or something. You're at Arsenal. That should be expected. You should be in a title challenge. You should be in a title race. So
listen, at the end of the day, the guy's doing very well. I'll give Arteta props where props is due. But if this falls off after January, then my energy stays the same. This needs to be consistent to the end of the season because that's what we need to do to win the league. That's what I expect. So it is what it is, bro. Let's see. At the end of the day, I don't think at the moment we've got the squad. I don't to continue at this rate. And not having a squad is what made us fall short last season. Hopefully in January we do what needs to be done. But yeah, Northside, the fact that Martinelli and Saka weren't on their best today and still won comfortable shows how we have progressed. We need to give Arteta credit. I agree. It's not that I'm not giving him credit, but ultimately for people that are waiting for me to change my mind about this manager, let's see where we end in May. And then tell me, should I change my opinion on the manager? I've given Arteta props that we're in a title race. I've given Arteta props that with this squad that ultimately was made by himself because he was sanctioning a lot of these players to leave, we have done very well. And I'll give him props. But ultimately, if he accepts, if this club in January says to him, listen, Arteta, we only got 50 mil. Arteta, we only got 40 mil. Arteta, we're not going to strengthen in January. If he allows that from the club and doesn't call them out the way Conte called out Tottenham when he needed players, then I'm going to say, listen, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And if you allow that, then I want you gone as well because you also are not showing the ambition. You're not showing the club that you're ambitious and you're more than happy to accept getting paid at Arsenal and not competing and doing what is required of this club and a club of this size to be competing year in, year out. So let's just see how Arteta handles January because I'm not listening and I'm not hearing no pucaria, I'm not hearing no merda, I'm not talking, no tengo más paciencia to hear anything about we're panic buying, we didn't want to panic buy, there's no plan. Don't want to hear it. January comes, let's go and do what we need to do. Let's go and do. And big up to the boys today as well. Even though it wasn't a great performance, we still won. And you're right, bro. I do agree with you. Saka and Martinelli weren't on point today, and we still won. I think a lot of players today weren't on point, if I'll be completely honest with you. I don't think Fabi Vieira was on point. I don't think Odegaard, for large parts, was on point. But he got the goals, but he wasn't on point. Thomas Partey at times was struggling to control the midfield a little bit as well. He got overrun as well. Let's be real. It wasn't just Saliba. You know what I mean? He wasn't always on point in this game as well. Zinchenko wasn't on point, and we still got the win. And that is a sign of potential challenges and winners when you can lose, when you can win, when you're not even playing at your best. You know what I mean? So I do agree. But we need more in Jan. We need Ivan Indika to fill in that left centre-back spot and then Trusty to replace Holding as Saliba's backup. Listen, Trusty, I don't know. I'm just surprised that Trusty's on loan and Rob Holding still makes part of the team. Like, that makes me worried about Trusty. Like, you're not better than Rob Holding? I don't know. Danilo to be the El Nene upgrade, Tielemans to be the Lokonga upgrade, and Mudryk to be the Marquinhos upgrade. ESR needs to step up as Odegaard competition, as Vieira isn't the one. He really ain't the one, bro. He really ain't the one. But I hear about the upgrades, though. You know, Mudryk, it looks like we're serious about getting him. Northside, you are a bit harsh on Jesus. Strikers do need these kinds of droughts. Strikers do have these kind of droughts in football. I remember Benzema going 11 games without scoring. I'm sure Jesus will start scoring. But Benzema already had a reputation of being clinical in front of goal, though. A lot of what happened with Benzema, like, Jesus doesn't have that reputation. I don't think I'm being harsh because I think I've given Jesus the props at, getting an assist today, making chances for people around him. But ultimately, he does it to score goals, bro. And you're talking about Benzema. But Benzema was unselfish, gave up a lot of his game to to Ronaldo, to assisting Ronaldo and giving to Ronaldo. That was a conscious effort that he made. It wasn't that he couldn't score the goals, and that's why when Ronaldo left Real Madrid, you can see Benzema's goals went up because he intentionally was giving it more to Ronaldo because he was the even more clinical player, and it was for the betterment of the team. And he even came out and said that. There's a difference in you giving up the ball and creating more because there's somebody more clinical than you in your squad, to you're giving the assist to other players, but you're getting so many chances yourself and you're not putting it to bed. You know what I mean? Jesus got a lot of chances today. Even though he assisted a lot, he gets a lot of chances in front of goal, one-on-one with the keeper, and the guy doesn't bury it. That ain't good enough. I don't think that's being too harsh. You know, I'm not saying he's whack. It's just that is an error of his game that he needs to improve. And for a striker, that is ultimately the most important thing. You know, this is why strikers that bag 20 plus goals get big wages, because the hardest thing in football to do is score, and he doesn't do enough of it. Let's be real. Gabby is a bit wild at the back, but I'm a fan. He plays with passion and does more for far more right than wrong. Listen, I think he's a good centre back. I'm not saying he's a bad centre back, but at the same time, you know, there are times where he switches off. Let's be real. Let's be real. There are times he switches off, but today he was the better of the two centre backs. Ultimately, I do rate Saliba above Gabriel, but on today's performance, I think Gabriel was better. That's 70, 80 million for 4 players. Listen, it's got to be more. It's got to be more. Arsenal have the money to at least perform. Arsenal have at least enough to at least spend 200 mil. You know what I'm saying? Comfortably. Don't believe the club that we ain't got money. We got bare money. They can spend 200 mil if they really want to. That's comfortable. So I'm not. If the club is coming out 70, 80 mil, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Northside LDN, just subscribed to the channel. Greetings from Ireland. Big up to you, man. Big up to the Irish and to everyone else, wherever you're watching from, man. Big up the Irish, though, man. Irish people are calm, man. I like Irish people, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Thank you for subscribing, man. Yeah, big up to the Irish, man. Big up to everyone, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the biggest myth is that everyone is different. Listen, there's only one race, the human race. We're all part of the human race. You know what I'm saying? So big up to everyone, man. You know what I mean? What's going on here? How are these fans telling you you are full of schedule? Been waiting almost 20 years. How long is this bloody process? Listen, bro, like, we're not ahead of schedule. I think, okay, yeah, correct. Yeah, ahead of schedule. We're not ahead of schedule. We're behind schedule. We shouldn't be taking, this is going to be our longest drought without winning the league. So how are we ahead of schedule? You know what I'm saying? We ain't ahead of schedule. At the end of the day, I don't want to hear it. I've seen Chelsea finish the season 10th, win the season the next season. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've seen Leicester almost get relegated the next season, go and win the league. Do you know what I'm saying? So if I've seen this being done and people are telling me we're ahead of schedule after 19 years of failure, I'm not hearing it. I'm really not hearing it. Arsenal need to sign at least 3+ players to strengthen, because there's no plan B players. The players on the bench are not title winning players, 100%. ESR is probably the next best player available when he returns from injury. Listen, he won't be if he keeps getting injured, I'll tell you that. What's this? Wolves can't score goals, otherwise it could have been difficult. 100%. 100%. This game could have been wrapped up in the first half. You know what I mean? Defensively, we need to step up. Defensively, we do need to step up. I can't lie. I hear you on Gabriel. I don't think he makes that many mistakes. Just that the few he makes are crucial ones. Fair play to him, though. The past 2 games, he's been very good. Yeah, listen, he can always work on it. He can always work on it. Northside, seriously, Newcastle are the ones to look at for. I can't lie. Listen, I agree with you, man. Newcastle are moving serious this year, man. Serious. I'm telling you, that Almiron is on fire. Arteta not going to get 5 players in Jan. Right now, he probably thinks this is the best team in the world. Listen, he at least needs 3. At least needs 3. It's taken 20+ years for Arsenal to be challenging for a title. Let's keep momentum with quality signings in January. Newcastle are serious contenders for the Premier League, while so many talk it's between Arsenal and City. I know, but I don't think they're going to be able to have the consistency, in my opinion. Big up, my bro, Northside. Everyone hit that like button. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Que paso? Love for jumping in, bro. Love for everyone that's tuning in, man. It's late. I know it's late. It's a Saturday. Normally, I'm out clubbing, but it's chilled. It's chilled settings today. I was at a B-day, so yeah. Left early to bring you lot this content. So make sure you like and subscribe. Don't be stingy. Don't be a gahadu. Don't be tacaño. Yeah? Hit the like button, caramba. Yeah? Help. help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother out. Hit the like button. That's all I'm asking. Don't need to drop a super chat if you don't want to. Any super chat is welcome, but you know, it is what it is. Up to you guys. Northside have been Arteta out for a very long time, but now I realize why Pep has been praising him. Even if we don't win the title, I can see how elite he is. This is his team, and we are balling. Listen, bro, if you've changed your mind, that's you. For me, my mind still hasn't been changed. I've given him some props, but my mind, I've already said it. We need to be in a title race until May, or win the league before I say, I changed my mind about Arteta. I hope he does it. Do I believe he's going to do it? No, I don't think he's of that level to consistently. And for me as well, you know, I'm not going to just change my mind personally in January. You know what I mean? It's, for me, it's way too early. He hasn't achieved anything for me to say, oh, yeah, you know what? Nah, this guy's 30. But we'll see. I mean, everyone, you're entitled to your opinion, and it is what it is, bro. But I haven't fully changed my mind yet. Good thing none of the players got injured as well just before the World Cup. Yeah, that's true. Don't you think we need to blame the Cronkies if we bottle the title? Because Arteta has shown that when you back him, he can deliver. Remember, this is his team and he's top of the league. Cronkies need to back him. No, listen, I blame the Cronkies, but I also blame him because I rate managers like Mourinho, like Conte, that when they don't get what they need, yeah, they stick it on the owners because they're like, listen, this is my reputation as well. Like, I'm not having it. Like, you lot don't want to win, yeah? You lot brought me in to win. If you lot don't want to be ambitious, you lot don't want to help me, give me the money, give me the players, yeah, then I'm going to stick it on you lot because I care. I care about the club. I care about my reputation. I care about lifting trophies. So if Arteta just sits there and takes the Cronkies, giving him some bullshit about, oh, we ain't got money, or we only got 50 mil, we only got 60 mil, and all this rubbish, oh, we can't find the players, then he should be kicking up off us, not just taking it. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. Xhaka was missing this evening. Everyone hit that like, show support. I'm a Man City fan, but I'm still supporting, so everyone show support. Big up to you, bro. You know what I mean? You're a real one, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, bro. Big up, man. I really appreciate that. Well, Benzema gave up the goals to set up Ronaldo at Madrid, so maybe Jesus is also sacrificing goals to set up Eddie. Just kidding. But when I read that, are you serious? Are you actually serious, bro? I heard Kroenke recently just spent a couple of $100 million just on 2 NFL player contracts. So the dough is there. The dough has always been there, bro, even without him digging in his pocket. Northside, what is your thoughts on Guedes, bro? And should Jota from Celtic have been called up for Portugal? Because if England don't win it, then I want Portugal to win it. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Portugal. And I will be people doing the watch-along for Portugal games. I've decided I'm going to do the watch-along for... I don't do watch-alongs anymore, but I will do it for Portugal games. Just so there's still content. And plus, I'm going to be watching the game anyway, so I might as well just do a watch-along for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure if people will be interested in doing a match reaction. Maybe I can do a match reaction for it instead. Yeah, I don't know. Let me think about it. But yeah, I will be doing content around Portugal in the World Cup. Guedes, he ain't good enough for me. The strikers that I like for Portugal is João Felix, Rafael Leão, and that's probably about it in terms of strikers. Guedes is all right, but he ain't clinical enough, and you can see that today. And another one that ain't clinical enough is Ronaldo. You know what I mean? But who else did you mention? Jota from Celtic. To be fair, I haven't seen enough of him. I don't watch Celtic games. I haven't seen enough of him to say he should be called up to Portugal. And the fact that he's playing in Scotland, all due respect, leaves a lot to be desired to be called up to Portugal. I mean, when you're looking at Jota from Celtic, the young Jota that plays at Celtic, you got so much competition on the wings for Portugal. You know what I mean? You got Jota, Pedro Neto. There's so many wingers that we got. So should he have been called up? I don't know. I think there's players ahead of him that could be selected for Portugal ahead of him, in my opinion. Portugal are always dangerous, especially now their players are doing well at top European clubs. Late to the stream, but what a win. 2-3 signings in Jan, and we can defo go all the way. What's this here? Who's your national team manager, by the way? Fernand Sanch. He's the manager that won Portugal Portugal's ever international trophy, the Euros, a couple of years ago. And he also won the Nations League with Portugal as well. But I do not rate him. He's a Portuguese Sam Allardyce. That Fernando Sancho, I really don't like him, man. I really don't like him. Jota is very hit or miss, performs well in Scotland, but dies when he plays in Europe. Yeah, that's why I'm not too sure about him. But listen, it is what it is, man. Big up to you, though. D1 anyway. Big up to you for that, supporting my nation. I think ever since Portugal beat England that time, I think Sol Campbell had a header, got ruled off. Ever since then, I've seen England are salty about Portugal. They never want to talk about Portugal. No matter how good we are, the teams that we have, nothing. They never want to mention us. That's one thing I see about the British media. They never want to give praise to Portugal. All the players we've had Rui Costa, we've had Deco, we've had Carvalho, we've had Figo, we've had Paleta. We've had so many players over the years. They never want to big us up. They never want to. When you look at this Portuguese team now, you got Cancelo, you got Rafael Guerreiro, you've got Carvalho, you've got Danilo, you've got flipping João Moutinho, you got Neves, you got João Felix, you got Jota. You got so much talent, yeah, but they never want to talk about us, bro. I swear that in England, since we beat England, since Portugal beat England that time, and it was controversial. I remember that time where Wayne Rooney against Cristiano Ronaldo, and Ronaldo was laughing. I'm telling you, England got a vendetta against Portugal. They don't ever want to rate us, but it's calm because it doesn't matter. Even if we don't win the World Cup, England ain't winning it. You know why they ain't winning it? Because they got a bum in Southgate that's managing. England always get it wrong in terms of managers. The talent a lot of times is there. This is a very talented England team. They didn't call up Ivan Toney. They didn't call up Tomori. Do you know what I'm saying? These man, they didn't call up Ward-Prowse. Yeah, there's bare man they should have called up to the England squad and they didn't. And this is why they're not going to do nothing. That flipping Southgate is a bum. He doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't know how to select the team. It is absolutely shambolic. And the fact that a man like fucking, I get why, bruv. I don't even know about Rashford. I think Rashford got selected. How the flip is Rashford getting selected and Ivan Toney's not? How's Ward-Prowse? Why are you not bringing a free kick specialist? Why would you not bring that? Do you know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. Like, this guy is tapped. Then he's bringing a Mason Mount that's not even informed. It don't even make sense. Maguire gets picked. It's crazy. England ain't winning nothing. And not because of lack of talent, lack of direction, lack of culture, lack of everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they're going to not winning. It is what it is. Listen, I don't want England not to win it. I was born in this country, but at the same time, and I want England to do well, but they don't help themselves. So it is what it is, man. Bro, are you worried about Cancelo's form going into the World Cup? And I also back Portugal over everyone. Sterling don't belong in the England squad as well. That's what I'm saying, man. There's too many favourites. England has too many favourites. Where Portugal's got it wrong and where I'm fuming is Fernando Santos should have ducked out. Yeah, one. Secondly, Ronaldo shouldn't be selected. He ain't good enough. And if he's selected, I only want Ronaldo coming in when Portugal need a goal in the last 10, 15 minutes. Ronaldo can't start. But the fact that we brought Ronaldo, he's going to start. This guy ain't going to cut it. In the Nations League, Portugal had a game against Spain. Ronaldo had 3 chances put to him on a plate. The guy skies it, doesn't do the business. We saw what Ronaldo done against Aston Villa when Man United got piped again. Ronaldo is done. Ronaldo is finished. But because he's a Portugal legend, they can't let go. And this is the problem. And this is a great generation. I'm going to waste it on a washed out Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? He needs to bounce. He ain't good enough. Once upon a time, he was amazing. You know, every dog has its day. Ronaldo's day is done at the elite level of football. I don't know what's happening to Sterling. He was on fire for Man City and especially England not long ago. For me, Sterling's always been the type of player that needs a lot of chances. Like, you know, and Chelsea right now, as soon as their fullbacks are out, they don't have that creativity. They don't have midfield. They don't have a creative midfielder. They don't have creativity from anywhere else but their fullbacks, and they keep having injuries to Chilwell and to Reece James, and this is why Sterling is not looking that great. He's always missed chances. He missed chances at Man City, but they would give him so many chances that he would look great because out of 50 chances he would miss 20, 30 of them. But because he was scored the rest, he looked amazing. But at the end of the day, Sterling's always somebody that always misses chances. So for me, I'm not really surprised what's going on too much with Sterling, because Chelsea as a team are not creating enough. They're not doing enough. And with Sterling, he's always going to struggle under those kind of circumstances. Portugal and England are similar. Both have yes-men managers who play terrorist football and are currently wasting their nation's most talented crop of players they've ever had. Listen, I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But at the same time, I just don't see England winning anything. I'll just be real with you. Like, listen, I'm happy enough, man. I never thought I'd see Portugal win anything. And I think, you know, when the team that we had, I think it was in 04? The Euros in 04, when Ronaldo, the team we had was Figo, Ronaldo, etc. I think that team, man for man, was a better team than the team that won the Euros. I think the Portugal team that won the Euros wasn't actually the best team that we had. And we won something. So that gives me a lot of hope that going forward, you know, Portugal keep providing a lot of good players. And we keep developing. Eventually, Fernando Sancho will leave. And yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see who wins something next, England or Portugal. Nunes from Wolves made Portugal's squad, but Nunes from Liverpool didn't. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't rate this manager, this Portugal manager, Fernando Sancho. Bruno Fernandes only plays well when Ronaldo ain't playing. Northside, do you think it should have been a penalty when Saliba fouled Guedes, because apparently Guedes wasn't offside? It should have, but it is what it is. You get some for you, you get some against you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. I'm sorry I made a fool of myself. Liverpool Nunes is from Uruguay. Don't embarrass me. Don't read it out. Listen, there was a few players that I wanted to go, but they didn't go. So it is what it is, man. But listen, people, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. It's already late enough. 11 past midnight. Make sure you hit the like button. Share the content. This is a late stream. I did leave my cousin's birthday a bit early and still got this out. So I would appreciate it, Karam. But listen, wasn't the best performance. Wasn't the best game to watch. As an overall performance. So the most important thing, we got the 3 points. This time's like Kikaramba, and let's go into January and get what is necessary going forward until January. I will be doing content around Portugal. I may even do for England. Let's see. I may even do content also for England. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. Listen, without further ado, people, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the content. Big up to all of you lot in the chat, everyone that's tuned in. And yeah, on to the World Cup. Vamos Portugal. Força Portugal, caramba.